I just wanted to share with you both that today is our very first official session for meditation and reflection, enjoying this beautiful weather, peace and quiet, away from our daily chores, responsibilities, pushing ourselves and just taking, doesn't have to be long, but just taking some time to refill our cups. Because I don't know about you, but I keep giving, and I'm getting more empty, as we speak. So we'll just take a moment to bring ourselves into the presence of and the present by listening to this singing bowl vibration. Taking a breath in, filling your lungs as much as you can and holding it just for a few seconds and letting it out. Taking another deep breath in. And taking another breath out. One last time, just to bring your mind into the present. Now, just bring to mind a sense of how your body is sitting. Make yourself comfortable. If you need to make any adjustments, do so. And anytime, don't worry. If you need to move, you're not going to disturb anyone. But try to make the back as straight as possible, relaxed, but not uptight. And that will help your mind to become more settled. Because the body itself becomes straighter, and therefore the internal channels and winds that your mind or your consciousness is connected with become a lot straighter and are able to move a lot freer. So, I know it's a bit of a habit and almost a little bit of privacy that you might get when you close your eyes. And that's fine, but just be aware that if you close your eyes during meditation, there might be an increased chance of becoming a bit sleepy, or a bit dull, groggy. So if possible, and if you think you can manage, open your eyes just a little bit, halfway, and just focus in mid-space, but along the line of your nose. But being creatures of visual perception, we're a very strong habit to instantly grasp at the visual perceptions. But try to remind yourself that there isn't much important going on the external, and try to focus your attention on your internal environment. So just take just 1 or 2 minutes just to focus on your breathing and let any thoughts that might be racing try to slow down. Let them go. It's not the time or the place to grasp at them, but to just let them go and think that you'll try and just find that spaciousness to help rejuvenate yourself. So now that we have come into the present moment more, our body is feeling more grounded and centered, and we're aware of our environment, but also our internal environment. So this is a good time to think about the purpose of why we are doing this practice today. So, thinking more broadly than just for refilling our own cup, but thinking about others, thinking about we want to practice kindness, gratefulness, love, and compassion to others. And by cultivating these good qualities in ourselves, we can be of better use, be more wise and more loving to others that we greatly depend on. So if we think not only for making ourselves feel more centered, but also cultivating ourselves for the purpose of helping others in a better capacity. We'll be able to guide them in a more calm way, in a more wise way, in a more patient way, if we ourselves are grounded and centered. Because the reason that we want to think of others is, if you think well, we're actually completely and utterly dependent on others in order for our own happiness to arise. Just think, what do we actually produce ourselves? Think about the clothes that you wear. We didn't make those clothes. We depend on others to, transport those clothes from the factory, or the people that were in the factory, or the workshop that made these clothes, and all the supply chain that takes, and then finally us being able to purchase those clothes, and then finally being able to be organized enough in your household to relocate, to find those clothes again, either in your wardrobe, This actually all depends on others. So, by practicing loving kindness, compassion, and patience with others, is really like repaying their kindness. Maybe that other person in particular didn't make the clothes, but that's just an example. Just think about examples that everything that we rely on in order for our own comfort, our own wishes and dreams and aspirations to be achieved. Yes, we put in a lot of effort ourselves, but the fruition of all of these aspirations depends 99% on others. So, in a nutshell, you can think about that interconnectedness, this beautiful web of interconnectedness that is growing globally these days. So just take a few minutes to reflect on repaying the kindness of others based on this interconnectedness. So you can see clearly that there is real reason to repay the kindness of others by you yourself practicing less anger, patience, looking for ways to increase your love, your concern for others. But you can also see that through this interconnectedness, we are also relying on external causes and conditions that all need to be coming together in order for us to experience happiness or a feeling of success or comfort. You can see that everything is relying on another factor. So they come about due to causes and conditions. And those causes necessarily have a result. If they didn't have a result, there wouldn't be a cause. And if there wasn't a cause, there wouldn't be a result. But now, let's consider about the nature of those causes and results. For example, a very easy example is the cause of an apple is the seed of the apple. Yeah, the seed of the apple actually has a lot of conditions that need to be present in order to produce the fruit, an apple. I'm sure you can think of all those causes, such as the earth, moisture, fertilizer, sunlight, and slowly the seed sprouts into a sapling, and then continuing conditions for the sapling to grow into a tree and mature enough for the tree to become a fruit. So all of those causes are coming, and conditions are coming together to produce a single apple. Yeah. So you can see that all those causes are necessarily changing on a momentary basis. They're not permanent in any way. Because if they were permanent, they wouldn't produce the result, such as an apple. So you can use the same logic for all causes and conditions. Yeah, thanks. All causes and conditions, they are necessarily impermanent and changing. So, in the same way that external causes change, our internal causes, such as our emotions, they're all in the nature of change, which has a great positive benefit. It means that they're not inherently solid, they're not everlasting, but our emotions, such as anger, attachment, dislike and aversion, if we allow them to drift away because they're in the nature of impermanence. Even when we experience an intense feeling of anger or fear, in those moments, they feel very solid and unchanging, and feels like they're just going to become you. But know that it's impossible that they are solid, because they are a result, and therefore they have a cause, and therefore they are changeable. So, say if you can think about what it means to you that your emotions, good and bad, positive, negative, are actually impermanent and changeable. What would that mean for you and your life? So just take a few moments to reflect on that. So you can see that all your thoughts, feelings, emotions are something in the nature of impermanence and change. So you can ask yourself, are you your thoughts? Are you your feelings? Are you your emotions? Even when we verbalize your emotions, you can see that when we articulate or verbalize, you can see that there's a separation or a distinction made of the possessor of that feeling, the agent, and the feeling. You can easily say that this is my feeling, or this is how I feel. There's an inherent distinction or intuitive distinction made. This is my cup. This is that book. This is just how we articulate and refer to things conventionally, on an everyday, daily basis. But just take a moment. This sense of self. Forget about the emotions, the thoughts, the feelings, experiences, but just focus on the agent or the I, the possessor of the cup, the possessor of that book. And consider whether it's comes about due to causes, conditions, or does it feel something solid or permanent? Just think about that for a few moments. And there's no right or wrong answer. Just think, does it feel permanent? Or does it feel like it's a result of causes and conditions? So just keep your answer to yourself, and let's consider if that, let's call it the self, this I, mine, me, if this self is permanent, doesn't have to be physical, but surely it must be locatable. You must be able to even mentally pinpoint it somewhere. So, pretty obvious that this self isn't part of your physical body. It may be within your physical body, but it's not your head. No. Your I or me means not your head or your arm or your leg. Your heart, like your physical heart, it's not in your stomach, it's not your leg. So it's obvious it's not a physical part of your body. But if it were something solid, then it must be some sort of mental aspect. Is it your brain? Possibly. But your brain is physical. But how can something that is physical produce a result that is not physical? Yeah? It's a bit of a stretch of the imagination. But you decide. So if the self isn't something physical, then it must be part of our mind. So, is it your thoughts? Is the self your thoughts? No. They keep changing from one topic to another. Are you your feelings? No. Again, your feelings are a variety of things, so it's definitely not that. Emotions, same as feelings, I guess. So really, when you look for this self, look for this I, we have like a intuitive assumption or instinct even that there is an inherent solid self. But if it was even mentally like a mental construct that was solid, surely it would be able to distinguish it from the body and your thoughts and feelings. Let me know if you find it. Or maybe a different conclusion is that even our external environment, things exist due to lots of causes and conditions coming together. So it could be possible that our internal environment could exist in the same way, in the same nature. Conventionally or on a daily basis, things exist, not permanently, but due to causes and conditions. So if this solid self is truly impermanent and exists only on causes and conditions, what are those causes and conditions? See if you can think of an answer. Well, we need the physical body in order for our mind to exist. And then we definitely can locate a sense of self, a conventional self within the body. So that's a cause. And our thoughts and feelings, they are all causes. And so the physical cause from our parents, but also our consciousness, our minds, more than just our thoughts and feelings, needs to also have a cause. But that cause is physical or mental. I'll leave that up to you to think about what is the cause of our own minds. So the purpose of this thought exercise is to reduce our tight grasp on our strong sense of self, strong sense of I, relaxing it, and thereby opening ourselves up to others in repaying their kindness, but doing it in a wise way that doesn't harm yourself. Because if your cup isn't full, or if your light isn't lit like a candle, it cannot be shared with other candles. Right? So just take a few moments, a few minutes, and then we'll close off our meditation with a short prayer. So if you just want to listen to this prayer, I'll just sort of, say whatever comes to my mind. So with a good heart and a good intention, I practice our meditation session with the purpose of helping myself, with the purpose of helping others, and wish to be of benefit to others. And that to be all obstacles to keeping myself happy and healthy, and thereby helping others to be happy and healthy, may those obstacles be removed. Okay, just close that out with it. Take your time. Don't need to rush or get up quickly. Just when you're ready.